I had some thoughts today about MSTR, mostly about why it's been working so hard lately. After that, I thought about the cycle that starts when Saylor joins the SP 500. So Saylor buys into the SP 500 and all of this stupid money, this paper money that's turned into zombie money, and these passive flows that are walking into index portfolios are now buying up SPY or something. That money is going straight to Saylor in the form of share price, and he could dilution it to get the difference between that money and hard money. This means that he changes the zombied-up dumb money that comes in into real money. People who have held MSTR for a long time, like me, have had it since he announced it. They basically understand that this is similar to Amazon's no profit for 20 years model, and that we'll all get more Bitcoin per share over time if we just let Saylor keep doing this and zombie attack the passive flows. How are you going to see that if you're from the TradFi world and don't see things through the Bitcoin view like you and I do? I know that to be true because I can see it. How are you going to see that? Your denominator is still USD since you still don't think about Bitcoin. MSTR only needs to be done once. To begin, I don't believe he is really fighting the dollar with speculation in the way that some people say he is. I believe he is hitting the US stock market and the passive flows for no reason. Yes, I believe that's what he's doing, which is ridiculously smart. MSTR wasn't anything. Before Michael Saylor said he bought Bitcoin, none of us had ever heard of it. That means it was a zombie business like a GameStop or an AMC or something. Okay, let's say you're another one of these zombie businesses. You use the MSTR plan to try to turn your free cash flows into Bitcoin. What are you going to get your hands on? Could it be 2,000 Bitcoin? What does that mean compared to Michael Saylor's 200,000 Bitcoin? There's no way you can catch him. This is the end of it. His next goal is to reach the SP 500, where he can hit passive flows with the best vampire attack ever. Seriously, dude, it's like the game's over. Watching that stock climb its rise through the SP 500 chart and become one of the 5 most valuable companies in the world, and maybe even the most valuable company in the world, will be one of the craziest things we've ever seen. And everyone will have a different view of what's going on. Do you know? So I'm not telling you to be an MSTR scheduler 100% of the time or something. I'm not. That being said, you might have some money saved up for retirement or something. It's also the story. People's minds will be blown by the story of how the world's most successful company might one day be a company that only holds Bitcoin. There you have it, the MSTR story. We showed you this in the short term. Since it hit a low point around April 22nd, RSI has been making higher highs and higher lows. You already saw this though. We showed this very large inverted head and shoulders shape. It might be a cup and handle. There could be a lot of different trends going on. Where are we going with this though? If this is the best back test ever, in a year, this could go up to $10,000 per share. The money machine needs to be turned on now, of course. The amount of M2 needs to rise. The M2 money level is moving up, as we've shown you in earlier movies. That's good news for both regular markets and crypto. What could this lead to that could be $10,000? This small design looks like it could be a big cup and handle pattern. That might be the long-term direction. That hold for 20 years could be that Berkshire Hathaway, Google, or Amazon move. It has a good chance of becoming one of the 5 richest companies in the world, if not the most successful company that has 1% Bitcoin in its books. Bitcoin is going to be a big part of that value. As you can see, we took this down and showed you the technical goal. It's not even 10 times where we are now. Another person who thinks Bitcoin will be worth $1 million in 2030 is Jack Dorsey. And as far as Square goes, they have started to collect Bitcoin every month. It's worth $60,000 now, and it will be worth $1 million by 2030. You're talking about between $60,000 and $1 million over the next 6 years. How much do you think a house worth $600,000 now will be worth in 2030? It will be a multiple, not exactly the same as Bitcoin, but it will be a lot more. People in their 60s and 70s have done very well by hanging on to their homes as investments. I think Bitcoin is a much better choice though. Plus, MicroStrategy is even better. That's what we think. This is a MicroStrategy map that we showed you. When MicroStrategy trades against Bitcoin, it pays more. This is just a good upward trend. Putting bigger highs and lower lows on trends will help you win in the end. We haven't seen any divergences that point down. MSTR might be about to start the next step. Now, what's going on with Crypto Crew? Check us out on Twitter before we go on. Another thing you can do is look at our Patreon on our link tree. The guys who use Bitcoin are also on Amazon. We have some books for you. All of this is on our link tree. Everything is saved below. Look it over. You can have these sent to you right away. We can get Prime in the US, but we already have 2 books, Learning How to Use Crypto and Mastering Technical Analysis. Look it over, tell us what you think and let us know. You can see the Bitcoin price chart at the moment it was made. A Bitcoin worth $63,000 has been seen. Could this back off end already? It looks like there might be some bullishness in the market over the next month or two. Even though we're not out of the woods yet, this 20-day moving average was tested again. Keep in mind that this is on the weekly chart. This is what we showed you. Don't look at the flames, but at the candle bodies. You can't pay attention to this price action right now because it's an ABC reversal. We got through this quickly. You can see that this is a big bullish engulfing candle. It is now a backtest going back down to the 2021 top candle body. At this point, could this just be a reset of the RSI, making it look like it's just made higher highs and higher lows? Not yet any negative divergences. What's the next part? Is Bitcoin's next leg up going to happen? The TradFi markets have been going crazy with memes for the past 24 hours because of one meme roaring kitty has woken up just one tweet. To put it simply, things get more exciting when you're leaning forward while playing the game and lying back. Wall Street bets that Luke Bellmark will say something about this. Take a look at what GameStop did yesterday. Because of one joke, it went from $17 to $36, which is a move of over 100% in the last 24 hours. The question is whether this will make its way into the crypto markets. Are joke coins going to become very popular soon? You decide. Kid with Coins weighs in. He was warned that there is now a daily sell alert for the entire crypto market capitalization. This was the last time we saw these 4 red dots print. It was in November 2021, right around the peak. There was another 20% drop in May 2023 because of the last red dot. Is the bull market over? Is a huge pullback about to happen? This does happen more than once, so you need to look at the green line. At $1.96 trillion, this is the next level of the pullback before it might go on. Could we see that backwards move? What do we see when we look at the daily total crypto market capitalization? On the daily chart, we can see that the 20-day moving average goes below this. It went back above, but it has now been below it for a while. We check the length of time we've been below this level by measuring the move. Now the range of dates is 34 days, which is a little more than a month. We were below the 20-day moving average the last time we did this. It wasn't quite a month that we were below it. Let us look back at the last bull market, which happened in 2020 and 2021. Once we were well above that 20-day moving average, we did fall below it a few times. How long did those drops last? Check this out. We can see that we fell below this rise right here after the pandemic dump. We've made a measure move. That didn't stay below it. It had been about 3 weeks. It wasn't a month. This is a different time. 10 days ago, we fell below it. We're seeing the same kind of price move as back here right now. This was the top of the cycle. In other words, we were over it for more than 30 days and right on that 200 before we went down and then up again. This is that adjustment in the opposite direction again. What do we see now? Is that what's going to happen? Is this going to drop to this level, $1.9 trillion, before we see if the RSI resets all the way? Does the RSI need to start over? It's possible that